Hello everyone and welcome back to Algebra 1. Today we're going to be continuing with concept number 5, which was applications of linear systems. Now, in last class we focused on solving for break-even points, which was for businesses. Now, in this case scenario, we are actually involving mixtures. So, this is how we would go about it in this case, okay? So our example today is of a dairy owner who produces low-fat milk containing 1% fat and whole milk containing 3.5% fat. How many gallons of each type should be combined to make a total of 100 gallons that contain only 2% fat? Okay, that is what we are solving for. So we are mixing different types of milk. Well, just milk that contains different amount of fats. Now, for this specific case scenario, we are going to let X represent the number of gallons that we will need of low-fat milk, and Y represent the number of gallons for whole milk. Now, in order to find out the total number of gallons, we are going to be adding X and Y to equal 100 gallons because that's the total amount of milk that we're going to be producing. Now, the fat contents. This is where the equation gets a little extensive. This is where we have 1%, which is 0.01, times X, which is the amount of low-fat milk, and we're going to add that to 0.035, which is 3.5%, times Y, which is the amount of whole percent milk, equal 2%, which is 0.02, times 100, which is the amount of 2% gallons that we are going to be producing. Okay, are you up to there with me at this point? Okay, now let's go into our following steps. The next steps we're going to follow is that we're going to take the equation and solve for one of our variables, so then we can substitute it into the other equation. Okay, so in this case, we're going to take X plus Y equals 100. So, X plus Y equals 100. We can solve for either X or Y. It doesn't make a difference. Let's solve for X. We're going to subtract Y to both sides. That's going to leave us with X is equal to 100 minus Y. Okay, now that we have that, let's write it up here. Having that value for X, we can now substitute it in this equation. So let's go ahead and do just that. We're going to write 0.01 times 100 minus Y plus 0.035 times Y, which is equal to 0.02 times 100. Now we're going to start with this side. We're going to start with distribution. Now 0.01 times 100 is actually equal to 1. And 0.01 times negative Y is equal to minus 0.01Y. Plus, write out the rest of the equation, equal to, now we're going to multiply this side of the equation. And 100 times 0.02 is equal to 2. Okay? It's looking better, it's looking better. Now we're going to combine these like terms and simplify it. Combining negative 0.01 and positive 0.035 gives us 0.025y. Now we're not just only going to combine those, we're also going to be subtracting 1 to both sides so we can have y alone. That's going to give us a positive 1. Now we are going to be dividing. Now when dividing, we know that 0.025 goes into one whole 40 times. So now we know that y is equal to 40. So let's write that up here. So what did y represent? Which is the number of whole gallons of whole milk. The number of whole milk gallons that we need to mix into to be able to get 100 gallons of 2% milk. Now that we worked all that out and we know the value for y, we're going to go ahead and solve for x now. Now we're going to go back to using our simple equation. Since we already have the value for y, we have x plus 40 is equal to 100. Now we're going to try and solve for x. We're going to subtract 40 to both sides. That leaves us with x equals 60. Now let's plug it all in and try to figure it out. Write it up here, x equals 60. Now, does 60 plus 40 equal 100? Yes, it does. Now, if we mix 0.01 times the value of x, which is 60, plus 0.035 times the value of y, which is 40, it should give us the value of 0.02 times 100. Now let's work it out. When we multiply 0.01 times 60, our answer is 0.6 or 0.6 plus, and when we multiply 0.035 times 40, our answer is 1.4, which is equal to, and we know that 0.02 times 100, times 100 is equal to 2. Now if we add 0.6 to 1.4, it is 2. So 2 is equal to 2. So that is actually correct. That was just part of checking our answer. Now, of course I did not do this off the top of my head, but I did use a calculator. Of course you are allowed to use a calculator as well. Now, let's go into your assignment for today. Very well, you guys. Now, here is the word problem for your assignment today. You have one antifreeze solution that is 20% alcohol, and each antifreeze solution is 1 liter, just so you have that in mind. And another antifreeze solution is 12% alcohol. Now, how many liters of each solution should be combined to make 15 liters of antifreeze solution that is 18% alcohol? Now, this is extremely similar to the example that we just went over. It is just literally using different units, as in we were dealing with gallons and this time we're dealing with liters, but it doesn't make a difference as to how the equation is going to be worked. Just substitute the numbers with the examples we have in this example. Now, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate and ask. I'm here to help you guys. I'm going to let you guys solve how to solve the equations that you are going to be needing. Again, it is extremely similar to the equation that we just solved previously. So just follow the same exact steps we took. You should be fine. But if you have any questions, please do not hesitate and ask. I am here to help. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to be hearing back from everyone very, very soon. Goodbye.